Today on DC News Now, the sun is out and warm weather is here in the region. Meteorologist Brittany Ward is tracking your weekend forecast.
A Maryland man wrongfully deported to El Salvador is alive and well, and Maryland leaders are pushing for his return. I'll have the latest.
Also, President Trump wants the Federal Reserve chair out amid economic uncertainty. We're following the latest from the Hill. Then Easter is this Sunday, but buying chocolate could cost you more. We're stretching your dollar on Easter favorites. And get ready to give a furry friend a forever home and discover how a tiny microchip can make that bond last a lifetime.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Oh, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. The sun is out, and a warm-up finally making its way to the DMV. Meteorologist Brittany Ward joined us now with the latest check on the forecast. Brittany, the holiday weekend is here. People have plans. Will the weather cooperate?
Yeah, Mark. Overall, the weather as we head into today, even heading into the weekend, not looking too bad. We do have a slight chance of seeing a few showers, though, as we head into your Saturday. The good news is it's not going to be a complete washout. So let's talk about your Friday. Satellite and radar is showing you we did see some passing clouds here in DC not too long ago, but now we're starting to see more peaks of sunshine. Overall, a mixture of sun and clouds will be the trend as high pressure just dominates right offshore. We do have a warm front, though, that's going to continue to lift through. That's going to usher in that warmer air we're going to be feeling as we head through the day today. So temperatures heading out right now. Maybe you're about to grab a bite to eat. Also not looking bad. 68 currently in DC, lower 70s though as you head over there to Frederick. 65 currently there in Hagerstown. We're tracking 72 degrees right now in Manassas. Winds today will be shifting out of the south. Again, ushering in that warmer air. We're seeing wind speeds right now at about 13 miles per hour here in DC. Overall today will be a breezy day. We could see winds gusting upwards to about 30 to 40 miles per hour. So happy Good Friday if you do celebrate it. Your afternoon, again, it's going to be warm. We're going to be tracking upper 70s as we head right around that 1 o'clock hour. Still going to be holding on to a few clouds, and then we finally start to see a break in the clouds as we head through the afternoon with highs potentially getting into the lower 80s. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of this forecast and what to expect, Mark, up next.
All right, Brittany, thank you. Well, new details in the fight to return a Maryland man wrongfully deported to an El Salvadorian prison. Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen will be returning from his trip to El Salvador after finally meeting with Kilmar Abrego Garcia. DC News Now's Jean-Marie Sasay has the latest.
It's been more than a month since Kilmar Abrego Garcia was wrongfully deported, and Thursday offered the first real sign that he is alive and well. You can see in this photo Senator Chris Van Hollen and Kilmar Abrego Garcia sitting at a table in El Salvador. In a post on X, the senator said, "My main goal of this trip was to meet with Kilmar. Tonight I had that chance. I've called his wife Jennifer to pass along his message of love." In another post on X, the vice president of El Salvador says, now that he's been confirmed healthy, he gets the honor of staying in El Salvador's custody. El Salvadorian leaders and the White House have said they do not plan to return Abrego Garcia back to the U.S. despite him being mistakenly deported. The White House claims he has ties to the MS-13 gang, and Prince George's County Police released a statement saying, according to their records in 2019, Abrego Garcia and a group of others were stopped by police and interviewed. They had traits associated with the MS-13 gang, but no arrests or charges were made, and they had no further encounters with Abrego Garcia. Now, with the U.S. Supreme Court's unanimous decision for the Trump administration to facilitate his return back to the U.S., the White House is refusing. And now the big question is, will Abrego Garcia ever be able to come back to see his family? Now, Senator Chris Van Hollen is expected to return back to the U.S. this afternoon and will provide an update on conversations he had in El Salvador. For now, reporting here in Northwest D.C., I'm Jean-Marie Sasay, DC News Now.
All right, Jean-Marie, thank you. Abrego Garcia's wife in a statement saying that my children and my prayers have been answered. The efforts of my family and community in the fighting for justice are being heard. Because I now know that my husband is alive, God is listening, and the community is standing strong. Well, developing now, police say they arrested the 20-year-old behind a mass shooting at a Florida State University. Phoenix Akira is the son of a sheriff's deputy and used his mom's former service weapon to kill 2 people and injured 6 others. Police arrived on scene and shot and injured the shooter after he refused to comply with commands. Investigators have not revealed a motive for the shooting, which started around lunchtime just outside of the student union. One student says that he was running late for class when he saw a man get out of the car with a shotgun.
I saw the gunman get out of his car and he emerged with a shotgun, and there was another boy wearing a white polo shirt who I saw him take aim at him, and apparently, as I heard from him later, he pulled the trigger, heard a click, and the gun didn't go off. That he rushed back to his car and then emerged with a handgun.
And coming up in 15 minutes, our correspondent on the Hill breaks down the federal response to the shooting. Developing now in Prince George's County, police officer is in the hospital after being hit by a car earlier this morning in Fort Washington. It happened around 3:30 as police were investigating a separate crash on Route 210. The driver remained on scene. Police say that he's in serious condition. There are road closures on Route 210 between Washington Road and Swan Creek Road. This is a developing story. We're going to bring you the latest as we learn more. In Virginia, a townhouse fire in Woodbridge leaving 1 man dead. This happened yesterday morning on Madrigal Drive. Prince William County Fire and Rescue identified the man as 73-year-old Nadir Dejane, and neighbors say that the man lived at the home alone and often kept to himself. Fire crews say that the circuit breaker for the home's smoke detectors was in the off position. They are urging community members to make sure to have and working smoke detectors at home. Neighbors say that this is a heartbreaking situation.
It's kind of sad to see something like that, and the firefighters they were working, but all the smoke that come out, you know, it really break my heart.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Firefighters say if you are in need of smoke detectors, to contact the fire department. Well, the man accused of killing the United Healthcare CEO has been indicted. Luigi Mangione facing several state and federal murder charges. Mangione shot and killed CEO Brian Thompson last December. Mangione's indictment brings prosecutors closer to a possible death penalty case. An order for the Trump administration is pushing for Mangione's to move forward in that direction. Mangione's lawyers are now arguing that order is a political stunt that is depriving Mangione's rights to due process. Meantime, United Healthcare hit with more bad news. Its stock price sank $130 in its first quarter earnings report, concerning enough it rattled other health insurance companies. Now, leaders say that the number of people enrolled in its Medicare Advantage plan increased at twice the rate they originally planned for, and that contributed to an unusual and unacceptable performance, but emphasizing this was a temporary, fixable issue. All right, well, check this out. In the district, neighbors are reacting following reports that D.C. and the Commanders are nearing a deal for a new stadium at the RFK site. That's according to the Associated Press, and sources say that there's no confirmed deal yet, but the negotiations are happening. Meanwhile, those neighbors remain divided.
Yeah, I think it's pretty exciting. I mean, I think I'm a Commanders fan, so it'll be cool to see the team come back to D.C.
When there are games, people are parked on the street. There's nowhere to park. We're going to get what we had before. And I didn't like it then, I won't like it now.
Mayor Bowser has not commented on a possible deal, but in a statement Wednesday, her office tells us in part that in the coming days, we will share more on our growth agenda by highlighting our next budget to grow D.C. and outlining a plan to realize abundant opportunities at our RFK location. And many Commanders fans in Prince George's County are against the move to D.C. We caught up with some at Northwest Stadium who say they want the team to stay put in Maryland.
You know, I would be so disappointed if the Commanders went back to D.C.
I just say it'd be better to keep it here. You know, it had been here for so long.
Well, the Commanders' lease at Northwest Stadium expires in 2027. Talks for a new stadium have included locations in Maryland, D.C., and Virginia. As we head into the Easter weekend, chocolate sales are expected to go up. However, cocoa is shortage, causing prices to go up even more. Our sister station in Oklahoma has more on the story.
The
Part of downtown Guthrie, Rick's Fine Chocolates and Coffees has been a sweet staple for nearly 2 decades. But owner Stacy Gillen says the past year has been one of the toughest yet.
It was roughly around $150 before, and now it's close to $400 a box.
A shortage of cocoa beans is driving up the cost to make chocolate. Global crop failures due to an increasingly hotter climate in West Africa is a key reason. It's forcing businesses here in the States to make tough decisions.
I've had to cut back on payroll, I've had to cut back on hours, I've had to cut back on staffing. I used to have 14 people, now I have 5.
And the price for chocolate lovers has gone up. Around Christmas, Gillen was charging around $25 a pound. Now it's over $32. Zero Tolerance is a coffee and chocolate shop in the Metro. They're feeling the impact too, but in a slightly different way.
We're actually a bean-to-bar craft chocolate maker. So we buy sacks of cacao from equatorial countries around the world. We've seen double to triple the cost in our raw materials in the cacao.
It's not just the local shops. Big brands are having to get creative.
It's either they shrink the packaging, they shrink the sizes, or they use less of the expensive item and they use more of a non-expensive item. So you might see less chocolate in an item and more of something else.
While tariffs are a new danger on the horizon, they haven't made an impact yet. Right now, it's a day-to-day battle, and the focus is on making Easter candy customers happy.
And a heads up, parents, happening today, the city of Hyattsville is giving out diapers for free. What's happening today at the Hyattsville City Building on Gallatin Street. Doors opened at 9:30 this morning. Organizers ask you to bring at least one proof of your child's date of birth. The event lasts until the diapers are gone.